Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. So the hits just keep on coming. All right. By now, you guys have heard about all the idiocy coming out of the Biden administration and specifically out of John Kerry's mouth. Again, talking about COP28, this climate fiasco that is going on in the UAE. A couple of days ago, I told you about John Kerry coming up and saying that the United States is now committed to getting rid of all coal-powered power plants. Okay, you guys probably remember the bill put forth, proposed at least in New York, to get rid of all wood-fired stoves and everything. Can't have a wood stove, can't have a fireplace insert, anything like that, right? You've heard all that. You know everything about the attempt to ban gas stoves, to ban ceiling fans, because God forbid if we're able to cook or cool ourselves with something as simple as a fan, that would be a problem, right? Well, Kerry and the potato in chief committed yesterday to basically get rid of air conditioning and refrigeration in the United States. That, air conditioning and refrigeration contribute to 7% of the emissions in the atmosphere. And so therefore we need to change all of these so they're net zero again. Okay. I want you to think of where this is going. Okay. Now, think about being in this time of year. Okay. I mean, I guess somebody was saying last night on a live stream, Illinois and Indiana are expecting somewhere between 10 and 20 inches of snow next week. I might want to have heat in the house. It's probably going to be cold, right? Around here, I mean, right now it's 6:30 in the morning and it is 39 degrees outside. It's actually warm for what we've had for the last week. Right? I don't want the house to be at 39 degrees. I don't feel like having, a knit hat and a scarf on in my house. But hey, if you live in North Dakota or Minnesota or, something like that, yeah, you'd have to. 39 degrees is cold enough that, things don't work too well. Let's look at what the fact of having no heat would do. Oh, I don't know. Would your pipes freeze in the house? Therefore, you'd have no water. Ooh, that would be a problem. Okay. But so now we want to go into getting rid of air conditioning and refrigeration. What they're keying on, and this is the funniest part, okay, is specifically, and I'm going to read this quote to you. They're focusing specifically on window units. Okay, quote: people will buy a very cheap air conditioner produced somewhere in Asia for $100 and plug it in. That will load the energy system a lot, and there will be a collapse. I don't think it's a good idea to allow these individual plug-ins anymore. Now, if you think about it, most anybody that lives in a mobile home, a manufactured home, a lot of apartments have window AC units. Older homes have window AC units. Your typical window AC unit uses about 1 kilowatt of power. And these people are worried about the amount of energy that they are going to consume and the amount of carbon dioxide, methane, whatever the gas of the day is, that it is going to do. And talking about that this is going to collapse the grid with all these people using air conditioners. We've been using air conditioners for decades. What do you think all these electric vehicles are going to do to the grid? You think if mandating all that might have a problem? Yeah, okay. This is the silliness that we've got going on that we need to prepare for. Because if it comes to a point where they say, this is how they, I mean, literally, they're not going to walk through everybody's house and go, you have a window AC unit, you need to take it out immediately, you're in violation or whatever. They may try that eventually, but good luck getting through the 180 million homes or whatever it is we have in the United States. That might take a while. But the bigger thing they're going to do is just like they tried to do with the auto industry, is they're going to mandate that you can't make them anymore. Okay. So they're not going to be accessible. We talk about having spares. I'm not talking about going out and buying a spare refrigerator. Good luck even getting one right now. Okay. It takes 6 months to get one because they're made in China, of course, right? But parts, okay? Even if you have a window AC unit, maybe get another one as a backup. Just an idea. Service the one you have, see how good a shape it's in. If it's on its last legs, replace it. Because if they're trying to push this through, it's going to be harder and harder to get them. Now, a lot of you guys are doing your Christmas shopping, right? On anything that's harder and harder and harder to get. Wanted to buy a pair of shoes. One left at one store. Okay. I have size 13 feet. Not crazy size. I mean, I could buy shoes off the rack in the store. But there was one pair left of the shoes I wanted. That was it. Okay. All this stuff is made in China. Joe Biden's got good ties to China. John Kerry's got good ties to China. We're going to change all this so that we can't have anything. But hey, we need all the solar panels because that's the way to do it. Because solar air conditioners, I mean, maybe the EcoFlow Wave that I showed you guys, are so efficient. Okay. How many of those would I have to have in my house? I'd have to have 2 in my bedroom to cool off my bedroom. You know, and those things cost up near $1,000 a piece. Okay. As opposed to a window AC unit where I could have one for $125. They're so concerned about the climate. Is John Kerry giving up his private jet? The Heinz mansion that he lives in? Are they going to take the air conditioning out of that? Oh, no. For us, it's different. Rules for thee and not for me. Okay? That's how it is. Again, notice how this works. We're going to phase out coal plants in the United States, yet China's building a new one every day. We're going to phase out air conditioning, or we're going to phase out refrigerators. Yet all the manufacturing is done in China. All the gold in the world seems to be being purchased by China. How far in the bag are all these politicians we have for China? Pretty deep. Okay. What were they promised? We have no idea. But going back to all this, Russia's our biggest enemy. Russia, as I said last night, is on the verge of collapse. Okay. Literally on the verge of not being a country anymore because China's dictating what happens. Sanctions. Russia's selling all their oil to China and India. Okay. Russia's selling all their gold to China. Russia's going through and raising the forests in Siberia for all the timber because China wants the wood. You see all these stories about the Chinese taking ports, land in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, buying it up in the United States. This is an economic war that we are fighting against China. And our politicians are part and parcel to helping China win. Okay. They're doing everything they can to make it so we take all our resources, just like Russia, all our money, and send it to China so China can do whatever they want. I have never bought anything in China that's made in China that was of any quality compared to the stuff that was made in the United States. Okay? Ever. Not a single thing have I ever found that's better. So, cheaper, yes. But this throwaway society we have, throw away all the air conditioners, throw away all the refrigerators, so China can make more, so we can send them more of our money. So eventually, the United States is broke. I mean, more broke than we are. Let's put it that way. Not that the government isn't broke. I'm talking all the people are broke. So at that point, China just comes in and goes, you want to eat? We own all the food. You want a house? We own all the lumber. You want electricity? We own all the power plants. You want to go anywhere? We own all the land. It's about time people realize that this whole environmental bullshit that we're talking about is nothing but a power grab and a money grab. As I said the other day, China contributes 3 times the pollution to the atmosphere that the United States does. Yet nobody is telling China that they need to stop. They're a developing nation. Bullshit. Okay? China's a conquering nation. It's what they do. And we're just letting morons like John Kerry make promises that we are all going to have to live with the consequences with. There was something like 1.3 million people in the United States this year so far that have had their power shut off for no other reason. They can't afford the bills. A refrigerator will cost you $1,000 now. Get a real nice one, costs you a lot more. Get a cheap one, maybe a little bit less, but on average about $1,000. But what happens when that refrigerator now costs $3,000 because it's environmentally friendly, which means it drops 1 atom less of fluorocarbonates or whatever in the atmosphere. Okay? And now you can't afford a refrigerator. How many people have to die because of heat? A lot of heat-related injuries every year. John Kerry didn't care about that. His private jet and his mansion are well air-conditioned. They don't turn down the thermostat. No. You and I are the ones that suffer. And the problem is we keep putting these same morons in Washington to speak for us. And they don't. They do not have our best interest in mind. The only hope we have is to not eliminate refrigerators and air conditioners and gas stoves and fireplaces. The only hope that humanity has is to eliminate these people that are trying to destroy society. Hopefully, we can do it with an election. And the next president comes in and goes, everything that was done between 2021 and 2025, we're out of it all. Okay? Anything. We're out of NATO, we're out of the UN, we're out of these COP summits, everything. All these agreements we made are done. Throw them in the trash. Barring somebody doing that, the next option is pitchforks and torches. And that's where we're heading. because you know damn well there's way too many of these mental midgets out there who will say, but I don't like Trump, or I don't follow politics, but my dad said to vote for Biden, so I did. And they will. And then when they're still short 20 million votes, that's when Dominion comes in. And roll out.